Number 10. Van Jones. A couple years ago, there was a rumor going around about the true nature of the relationship between Kim and Van Jones, the news commentator. The rumors began just months after Kim filed for divorce from her then-husband Kanye West. Van, on the other hand, had split up from his wife Jana Carter in 2018. The two have been good friends over the years as Kim worked on her studies to become a lawyer, and with Van having a law degree from Yale. As the rumors started to spread as to if they could be a couple at the time, one fan wrote on Twitter, "People are going to look at Kim as using Kanye to advance her in the fashion world, and as using Van Jones to help her advance in her next career field in law." Another added, "I really hope Kim Kardashian is actually dating Van Jones. She would have her Legally Blonde where she dumps Warren at the end and starts dating Luke Wilson." All these speculations started to really grow throughout fans on social media. Van addressed the rumors during an interview with Page 6. He said, "I never made any comments about the rumors of me and Kim dating as I just found it absurd." Going on to say, "It was flattering to me, but it probably wasn't flattering for her." When Kim was asked about the dating allegations, she said, "So many people asked me and I was like, you guys, I need a minute before I'm out there." She even went on to say, "Van texted me and was like, this rumor has gotten me so many dates and I'm so grateful, so I owe you." Though they have been debunked at the time, this could now be their chance, as they are still considered to be quite close. When Van was talking about Kim more recently, he complimented her intelligence, saying her dad was a lawyer and she always wanted to be a lawyer, so when she got a taste of what she could do by using her platform, using her brain, she hasn't let up. Number 9. Meek Mill. Meek and Kim have been friends over the years, but her ex-husband wasn't loving it at the time. The two met back in 2018 to discuss prison reform, but speculations about their relationship started circulating after Kanye posted some interesting tweets. According to TMZ, Kanye tweeted, "I have been trying to get divorced since Kim met Meek at the Waldorf for prison reform. Meek is my man and has been respectful. That's my dog. Kim was out of the line." Clearly implying that something other than friendship and prison reform discussion was going on. Regardless of this, the two have allegedly stayed close friends over the years, but since she's single now, could she be looking for something a little bit more? A music industry insider told the press, "Kim and Meek have been in contact. I was with him and he was texting her. I don't know what it was about, but he was acting like it was personal." Back in January, a few media sources even allegedly gained access to proof that Kim took her private jet to Philadelphia, which is his hometown. Number 8, we have Kanye West. Okay, so I know he is allegedly married now in a private ceremony to Bianca Censori, but you never know. Rumors were circulating a year after their divorce that the two had actually maybe gotten back together briefly. And I mean, if they did it once, who's to say they won't do it again? A few Kardashian fans thought they noticed a sign when the two had reconciled just a year ago. It was during Kim's launch for her skincare line. Though it was pretty star-studded event, Kanye wasn't there. But many thought he was maybe there in spirit with Kim's outfit. During the event, she wore a strapless silver metallic dress with a thigh-high slip paired with matching boots. A few fans thought that this was for Kanye, since it looked to be influenced by Channing Jones, who Kanye was seeing at the time. Channing wore nearly the exact same outfit, but just slightly different not long before. More fan speculation started surrounding the two when Kim gave Kanye credit for helping her with her skincare line. On Instagram at the time, she wrote, "My creative process wouldn't have been complete, and I always give credit where credit is due, without Kanye." Going on to say, "He brought his team and we came up with the name. That was actually his idea, and the packaging shapes were his, and even the font we did, just like Skims." Around the same time, another theory came out about the two after they were spotted wearing the same hat just days within each other. One fan wrote at the time, "Kim is wearing the same hat that Kanye had on a few days ago. I tell you, Kim Ye is still alive." Another noted, regardless if it's actually his hat or not, this was definitely a strategic move. With this being less than a year ago, is there a possibility that they could get back together in the future? I mean, if anything, we know they still see each other as they have to co-parent, so who knows? Number 9, Tristan Thompson. This one is a tricky one since Tristan is actually Khloe Kardashian's ex. The two split up after Tristan revealed that he was the father of a child he had with another woman during their relationship, and just being a serial cheater. He wrote at the time, "I take full responsibility for my actions. I sincerely apologize to everyone I've hurt or disappointed throughout this ordeal, both publicly and privately." Going on to write, "Khloe, you don't deserve this. You don't deserve the heartache and the humiliation I've caused you." After this, the family tried to give him a second chance for Khloe and their shared daughter's sake, but after kissing Jordan Woods, that was kind of it for the couple. Despite all of this, Kim and Tristan have oddly enough stayed friends, but it's been complicated and has definitely had its ups and downs. She even gave him a birthday shout out for his 29th, writing, "Cheering loud for you today. Can't wait to celebrate soon." Even just a few days ago, Kim was seen at the LA Lakers playoff game, cheering Tristan on with her daughter North. Though fans speculate she could be hinting that maybe Khloe is getting back with her ex. Others believe that she could be more into him herself. Number 6. Nick Cannon. Nick and Kim already have a little bit of a history. They started dating back in 2006 when Kim was still up and coming in the world of showbiz. But by 2007, Kim was getting way more recognized, and that was of course because of the leak tape with her former boyfriend Ray J. A month before the controversy became public news, Nick broke off his relationship with Kim. He claimed the reason for the breakup was because she denied its existence and claimed that she had actually lost the tape. When discussing this later, he explained in an interview, "Things could have been different, but the fact that she didn't necessarily keep it on an honest level with me kind of rubbed me in the wrong way." Though in other interviews, he claims that she broke up with him, leaving him heartbroken. He shared during an interview with Drink Champs, "We were kids, we were young, I was really into her and I was vibing. She's an amazing person." But just less than a year ago, it seems he could be willing to give it another chance with the star. During an interview with Hot Tea Podcast, he shared, "It's all love, but that's just Kim Kardashian. I definitely spin the block. I'm not messy, I'm patient, let's just say that." Number 5, you have Chris Evans. Oddsharks came out with the odds for who will be Kim's next boyfriend pretty quickly after the split with Pete Davidson. But one of the more interesting names on the list is the Cincinnati Bengals running back Chris Evans. When the list came out, Chris responded to it on his Twitter. After sharing the list, he captioned it with the eyes emoji and the thinking emoji, looking to be kind of unsure about this. One fan commented, "Shoot your shot, bro." Another added, "You got something you want to tell us?" But others were unsure, worrying about the alleged Kardashian curse. The Kardashian curse is a term used to describe the bad luck that seems to follow anyone that gets too close to the sisters. Kylie even commented on this curse during an interview and said, "It's not just men, it's friends. It's people who come in and don't know how to handle it. It's all negative." She went on to say, "There's a lot of people who love us, but there's also a huge handful of people who don't." Because of this fan theory, some users even worried for Chris and his team. One Twitter user wrote, "Don't you dare attempt to drag the Kardashian curse to the Bengals." Another added, "Stay away, you don't want that Kardashian curse." Number 4, Lonnie Walker. Kim has been spotted at back-to-back appearances at recent Laker games, but could this mean something more? She was seen courtside supporting Tristan wearing a shirt that read, "I love nerds." A social media user posted a clip of Kim cheering throughout the game with the caption, "Best Lakers game. Kim stole the show." The TikTok user included the hashtags Lonnie Walker. The post got quite a bit of attention, with many users speculating that she could be dating him. With one user commented, "I've been thinking, why all of a sudden is she going to the Lakers games? She used to never go." Another added, "She's been at a lot of games lately. Look at Kim sitting courtside scouting Lonnie Walker." Others did point out that he does have a girlfriend, but looks like that can't stop some fans from believing this could be the next Hollywood couple. Number 3, Jamie Foxx. Jamie, who is currently undergoing physical rehab in Chicago after having a medical emergency, still finds himself in the midst of dating rumors. Jamie famously was with Katie Holmes for 6 years before calling it quits. Since this, he's been linked to multiple women over the years, but is reportedly now single. Though the two have never been connected in the past, it's clear a few people could see this as one relationship that could work out. With Oddsharks betting on who will Kim date next, they currently have Jamie placed at number 4, but what do you guys think? Luckily, it seems Jamie is feeling better after writing on his Instagram, "Appreciate all the love, feeling blessed." Maybe as time goes on, we could see these two becoming something in the future. Number 2, Pete Davidson. Pete and Kim were originally brought together after working together on SNL in October 2021. In one segment, they even ended up kissing in a scene as Aladdin and Jasmine. She said at the time, "It was a stage kiss, but it was still like a little zing." A source told People, "Pete is exactly what Kim needed after her divorce," going on to say, "Someone to make her laugh and just have a fun time with." The couple ended up being together for about 9 months. A source shared to People, "Part of the reason they split was because of their busy schedules. They both travel all the time and it was hard." But after they were spotted talking at the Met Gala, could they be considering rekindling their relationship? They looked to be having a pretty lively conversation judging by the photos. And they actually went together to the Met Gala just last year, so all eyes were on them as they reunited at the star-studded event. Though some fans are convinced that the pair are just friends, others are saying that the 2022 vibes are very real. Reportedly, the two have had a lot of love and respect for each other, so maybe once they have more time in their busy schedules, something could come of this again. And at number 1, we have Tom Brady. Okay, so this is the newest one that has had many fans talking. Could Kim already be dating Tom Brady? Kim and Tom have been pretty friendly as she looks to buy a vacation home in his neighborhood at Baker's Bay and Gulf Ocean Club. The neighborhood is an exclusive members-only residential community in the Bahamas. Kim flew to the Bahamas just recently and was spotted touring the resort. A source close close to the star told Page 6, Kim and Tom are friendly. She phoned him and asked him for his advice on Baker's Bay. Another source revealed she's very familiar with the community. She's been eyeing up property there for quite some time. Other insiders have come forward since these speculations continue to circulate and claim that they do know each other, but they aren't romantically involved. But who's to say? Maybe if she moves to the neighborhood, maybe their friendship could turn into something more. A source close to Kim told the press she is open to dating someone who isn't famous, but realizes it could be tough for the guy if he isn't used to that. Going on to say everybody wants to set her up, but she thinks it will happen organically. Getting caught in a lie is definitely an awkward experience that Kim Kardashian has fallen victim to over the years. Number 10, the second tape. Ray J's former manager came in hot a couple years ago, accusing Kim of lying about her second alleged sex tape. The original tape of Ray J and Kim was released in 2007, and many believe this was Kim's kickstart for her and her family's careers. But as so many years have gone by, you would think this drama would be more or less over. But you would be wrong. The former manager, Whack 100, shared in a podcast in 2021 that he has a second, more graphic version of the tape. And after a suspected sneak peek was released of the teaser clip, he commented on a video of TMZ discussing it, saying, "Now I'm confused. First, Kim's attorney said I'm lying, this doesn't exist. Second, now Kim is saying she's blocking us and releasing it. So now I guess she's admitting she and her team have been lying." Kim had some thoughts about these accusations though. During a teaser clip for her new season of her reality show, she tells her attorney, "Over my dead body is this happening again. I know the right attorneys this time and I'm not gonna let this happen to me again." Going on to say, "I have all the time, all the money, and all the resources to burn them all to the effing ground." Kim has never fully said there isn't a second tape, but her spokesperson told the press last year, Kim remains firm in her belief that there is no new second tape that exists. Going on to add, after 20 years, she truly wishes to move on from this chapter and focus instead on the positive things she continues to do as a mother, entrepreneur, and advocate for justice reform. Number 9, her natural hair. Is Kim's waist-length hair really all natural? Many believe there's absolutely no way. After photos were shared on Kourtney Kardashian's Poosh Instagram account, internet critics believe she was lying about how natural her hair really is. The post was all about how to achieve natural hair growth, but many Instagram users just didn't buy it. Poosh posted 3 photos of Kim showing her long, healthy-looking hair. The brand captioned the photos with, "What all-natural ingredient does Kim swear by for hair growth?" We're sharing the secret to her luscious locks at the link in our bio. A few began believing that she could actually be wearing a wig for this photo shoot, and brought up how much damage she has done to her hair over the years, which wouldn't result in hair that looks so healthy like that. One social media user wrote, "LOL, she's literally wearing a wig in this photo. Kim has been practically bald since the Met last year when she fried her hair with bleach." Another user joked by saying, "I'm sure her extensions are human hair, so technically it is all natural. Gotta find those baby bar loopholes." Number 8, Northwest. Parents embellishing their children isn't usually looked at too deeply, but did Kim go too far when talking about her daughter North? Kim shared a short video on Instagram with the caption, "How sweet is North surprising me tonight with this for us to relax before the Met." The clip showed a room lit by white candles and matching white roses with petals all over the floor, and balloon letters which spelled out the words Karl Lagerfeld Met Gala, just above 2 massage beds. But fans were unsure that a 9-year-old would think to do this pretty lavish situation. One Reddit user posted a screenshot of the story and said, "There is no way North would do this." Another commented, "Why do adults lie? Even when they certainly don't have to. I don't get it. You have all the money, why still lie?" One other Reddit user questioned how North would even go about doing this at all, and wrote, "How would North even arrange that? What 9-year-old would call the front desk requesting massages, specific Met Gala balloons, white floral arrangements, and 30 candles?" What do you guys think? Is this just another case of Kim getting caught in a lie? Number 7, the bag reveal. Kim has claimed in the past her lashes are all natural, but after spotting some interesting products in her cosmetic bag, fans aren't so sure. Kim shared to her fans what's in her Chanel bag while she travels. She showed viewers brands like Neutrogena, Secret, and Latisse. While many were surprised she was using brands that are easily found at any local store, others believed they caught the star in another lie. Kim has shared before that she only ever uses a drop of mascara and that her eyelashes are completely natural, but Latisse is a product that helps with eyelash growth. One fan immediately called out the star and wrote, "Kim's showing us she uses Latisse eyelash growth after claiming she doesn't." Not only that, but the social media users didn't believe that she actually uses drugstore products in her day-to-day life, considering just how wealthy she is. One user joked, "Behold the bag of a billionaire, they're just like us." Number 6. The dress. The Marilyn Monroe dresses have been the root of a lot of controversy for Kim. We all know about the one she wore to the Met Gala, but what about the green sequin dress? Kim uploaded a series of photos last year that showed her in Marilyn's green dress while holding a Golden Globes award. Marilyn wore this dress during the Golden Globes back in 1962. Kim captioned her photos by saying, "In my quest to find the Jean-Louis hand-beaded dress that I wore to the gala, I discovered Heritage Auctions owned Marilyn's iconic green sequin dress." Going on to say, "Further into my research, I found that the owner of the Golden Globe that she received that evening was none other than my friend Jeff Letham." In an interview with Vogue, she claimed to own 3 replicas of Marilyn's dresses, claiming to have the green sequin dress, the Mr. President Happy Birthday dress, and another unnamed one. But this left users of the Marilyn Monroe fan page kind of confused. The fan page questioned Kim and wrote, "Who is it that actually owns Marilyn's 1962 Golden Globes gown? First you say it was Julian's Auctions, and then you updated your post to say it was Heritage Auctions." Another user begged for the star to stop claiming she could fit into these iconic dresses, and commented, "Time to call off the charade. You couldn't fit into the JFK dress, which we now know, and you couldn't fit into the Golden Globes dress." One other Marilyn Monroe fan worried about the dress, fearing it had been changed since it was owned by the star in the 60s, and wrote, "The dress doesn't look the exact same. The back is different. Was it altered?" After the backlash she received over wearing the dress, I can't imagine she will wear one of her dresses in the future, replica or not. Number 5. Photoshop. Photoshop drama has followed Kim for ages as to if she does or doesn't use it. Though she has been caught in the act a few times, the recent post to promote her Skims bikini has outraged fans. She captioned the photo with, "I just try on Skims, swim, and pray it doesn't rain forever in LA." The photo shows Kim posing in front of a mirror in her bathroom in the bikini, but internet critics have claimed that the whole thing looks pretty distorted. One user wrote, "Am I the only one burnt out on Photoshop Kim? The amount of editing is absurd. Just post a regular pic, nobody cares you're in your 40s. Another added, "I wonder if she realizes how badly her photos are photoshopped." One other fan even claimed it was so badly photoshopped that she looks like she's missing her middle finger on the hand holding the phone for the selfie. They commented, "Why was this picture edited so much? Right side finger looks erased and the inner thighs on the left are pixelated due to trims." Number 4. Weight loss. Has Kim lied about her weight loss in the past? Before showing up to the Met in Marilyn's dress, Kim told fans that she had followed a strict diet, losing 16 pounds in order to fit into the gown. Kim showed her fans her body scan on her Instagram story, and of course it was analyzed pretty fast. Kim explained that a year ago her body fat percentage was at 25% and now it's 18.8%. But after it got reposted in a Kardashian Reddit board, people began noticing her lie. A Redditor wrote, "According to this, Kim is 10 pounds lighter than she was last year. So much for that, I lost 16 pounds to fit into Marilyn's dress." Another user questioned Kim and wrote, "Didn't she say she continued on her fat loss journey and lost about 20 plus pounds?" Going on to say, "It's just a never-ending loop of lies with this family." Number 3. The fillers. Last year, Kim was asked if she ever had filler or Botox. She responded by saying, "I've had a little bit of Botox, but I've chilled actually. But no filler, I've never had filler in my cheeks, I've never filled my lips." But after downplaying her cosmetic procedures that fans believe she has had done, it's faced a bit of backlash. Even when Kim was pressed more about the details of filler or even eyelash extensions, she continued to deny and claimed her look was attainable. But it looks like the truth is really coming out now. Jessica DeFino, the beauty editor who used to work as an assistant editor for the Kardashians app, came forward to share the truth about the family. She tweeted, "Remembering that time I was on a press trip with a lure editor and Kim's go-to cosmetic injector. The injector told us everything she's done to Kim's face off the record." Going on to say, "Obviously I understand the site can't publish that, but it shouldn't publish lies either." Jessica claimed that Kim was promoting the lie that anyone can look like a Kardashian. Jessica explained further her feelings on Allure publishing this reportedly false story, saying, "The tone says this story is probably full of harmful lies, but we're going to let Kim have the final word, publish it, and profit from the clicks and affiliate sales anyways." Number 2. No grays. Do you believe Kim has ever had a gray hair in her life? During an appearance on Live with Kelly and Ryan, Kim claimed that she never found a gray hair on her head ever. This all started when Ryan asked Kim how she keeps up with her platinum hair, trying to push to see how much work really goes into keeping up with bleaching your roots. Kim said at the time, "When I dye my roots, it's going to take probably 8 hours, so I've been lazy. It's so much work." But after moving towards the topic of grays, Kim shared, "I have not gone gray yet. I haven't had one gray hair yet. Isn't that weird?" But according to an expert, this is highly unlikely. Madeline Preston told Cosmopolitan, "The majority of women are bound to see a few gray hairs in their 30s, and by the age of 50, most would expect to have more than 50% of their scalp turn gray." Though of course it's different for everybody, Kim was caught in this lie. After fans went back and did some research, Kim actually shared that she got her first gray at 37, and she oddly enough shared this info on Live with Kelly and Ryan. During that time, she said how stressful it was coming to the defense of her then husband Kanye West when he was receiving so much backlash. She explained, "I will say he gave me my first gray this week, and I'm blaming that on him." After being caught in this lie, one user wrote on social media, "What a weird thing to lie about. I got my first gray at like 24. Another added, "Is this an attempt at a flex?" And at number 1, we have the sleep schedule. Kim shared on her Instagram story her sleep report. She captioned the screenshot with, "Great sleep score today. I finally got my heart rate down at night and my HRV up, and it feels so good." The photos showed that she scored a nearly 100% in readiness and landed at a 94% in sleep. The report said, "Seems like you've been getting the right amount of sleep lately." In an interview not long before this post, Kim went through her morning routine. She revealed, "On a general day, I wake up at 5:45 a.m. for my workout at 6, and I'll pick up my workout clothes the night before." Going on to say, "I keep it basic and pretty much wear the same thing all the time, and then I work out for an hour." But after this, fans took a little look into her sleep report, and they had some questions about how legit her early morning workout really was. One user wrote, "Kim always says she wakes up at around 4 or 5 to work out, but every time she posts these things, she actually wakes up way later. What is the truth, Kimberly?" Another added, "She's lying, and these aren't actually her screenshots, but what the company tells her to post." One fan even questioned the star, writing, "Who the heck sleeps for 9 hours with 4 kids?"
Being rich and famous, you could pretty much buy anything you want. This includes objects other famous people had, as it appears that the price tag has no limits. Kim Kardashian has been at the center of the latest viral meme after purchasing an iconic cross necklace previously worn by Princess Diana for $197,000. Kim has been trending on social media over the huge amount of memes on Twitter, which begin with "Kim Kardashian has purchased." So today we are going to be counting down our list of the top 10 Kim Kardashian just purchased memes that made us cry laughing. Number 10. Obama's tan suit. Kim Kardashian has purchased Obama's tan suit for $500 million, TMZ reports. Now for some background, on August 28, 2014, Obama held a press conference about the situation regarding a hate group in Syria and how the US military was planning to respond to it. At the conference, Obama said that the US had yet to develop a plan regarding the removal of the group and talked extensively about his concerns in the region. Now during this conference, he wore a tan suit, which up until that point was uncommon for Obama to do. The light-colored suit was seen by conservative media outlet Fox News as inappropriate due to the subject matter. There was significant backlash from some conservative circles as Republican Representative Peter King of New York called Obama's wearing of the suit while talking about the economy instead of the hate group unpresidential, and stated that "There's no way I don't think any of us can excuse what the president did yesterday. I mean, you have the world watching." According to Justin Sink of The Hill, most people viewed Obama's fashion choice to be a mistake. Conservative critics of Obama joked about the tan suit, making a play on words of Obama's "yes we can" and the "audacity of hope" phrases into "yes we tan" and the "audacity of taupe." In general, the suit received mixed reviews from a fashion perspective, so I'm not too sure if Kim would actually buy this. Number 9. Hilaria Baldwin's fake Spanish accent. Kim Kardashian has purchased Hilaria Baldwin's fake Spanish accent for $97,600. This includes Hilaria Baldwin's fake heritage scandal from 2021. Hilaria is a yoga instructor, entrepreneur, podcaster, and author. She was also the co-founder of a chain of New York-based yoga studios called Yoga Vida. She's married to Alec Baldwin and has 7 children. Now, back in 2021, several of Hilaria's former classmates came forward to confirm that she was raised in Weston, Massachusetts by American parents without a hint of a foreign accent. The woman who first exposed the fraud later told the New York Times that it was an open secret in Manhattan that Hilaria had faked her heritage and that she and her friends, bored from the pandemic, decided to finally expose the secret. In the next few days, several videos of Hilaria's past TV appearances resurfaced showing her commitment to a Spanish accent. In one now infamous Today Show video that surfaced, Hilaria apparently forgot the English word for cucumber. After her American heritage was exposed, she apologized and said she should have been more clear about her connection to the Spanish culture. Ren-era Targaryen crown. Kim Kardashian has posted Ren-era Targaryen crown for $500,000, TMZ reports. I hope I'm saying those names right. I've never seen Game of Thrones. This is a Game of Thrones related as it has to do with the character portrayed by Millie Alcock and Emma Darcy. The crown is the same crown worn by her father, the late king Viserys, smuggled out of the King's Landing after the king's death and brought to Ren-era. The geometric two-toned crown features the House Targaryen sigil front and center and other smaller symbols around it on the sides. The symbolism here is crowning Ren-era with Viserys' crown emphasizes that she was the chosen heir. The crown also ties back to the history of the Targaryen family. Previously, it was worn by her great-grandfather. Now, for people who aren't Game of Thrones fans like me, what I'm gathering here is that it's essentially just a special crown. Number 7. Doctor Strange's Cloak of Levitation. Kim Kardashian has purchased Doctor Strange's Cloak of Levitation, TMZ reports. Yes, Marvel characters are apparently real, according to this tweet. It seems as though Kim has bought Doctor Strange's cloak. Dr. Stephen Strange, MD, aka Doctor Strange, was once a brilliant but arrogant neurosurgeon until a car accident crippled his hands. When modern medicine failed him, he embarked on a journey to Kamar-Taj, where he was trained by the Ancient One. Doctor Strange serves as a sorcerer supreme, the primary protector of Earth against magical and mystical threats. The Cloak of Levitation is a magical relic wielded by Doctor Strange that is able to move and fly on its own power, enabling its user to levitate and hover in the air. It's one of the many mystical relics that was in the possession of the master of the mystic arts. Seems like Kim could get away with doing a lot of things with this cloak, so I think it's a good purchase. Number 6. Loki's horned helmet. Kim Kardashian has purchased Loki's horned helmet for $500,000, TMZ reports. Seems like Kim is really into the Marvel universe as she's bought a second piece of clothing from them. The horned helmet was the helmet Loki wore during his time as Asgardian royalty and his crusades. Other variants of Loki also have their own helmet with a different shape. Now again, like the Game of Thrones crown, it just looks cool and symbolizes power, at least from what I understand. Number 5. Nicki Minaj's iconic pink chicken wing necklace. Kim Kardashian has purchased Nicki Minaj's iconic pink chicken wing necklace for $375,000, TMZ reports. Have you ever liked food so much that you actually wear clothes that pay homage to it? Well, Nicki Minaj did just that, but as per usual, the rapper is taking her own drastic approach to the trend by donning a hot pink chicken wing necklace. She showed up to the iHeartRadio Festival in 2011 wearing a pink sparkly outfit, a tutu skirt mini dress, pink rain boots, blonde and pink pigtails, and most importantly, the hot pink chicken wing chain draped around her neck. This piece of fashion has gone down in history with the barbs and is one of her most iconic pieces she's worn, so it only makes sense why Kim would want it. Number 4. The poison. The poison for Cusco. The poison chosen specifically to kill Cusco, Cusco's poison. Kim Kardashian has reportedly purchased the poison for Cusco, the poison for Cusco, the poison chosen specifically especially to kill Cusco, Cusco's poison. How much did she pay for it? No one knows. This is a line from the 2000s film The Emperor's New Groove. After being fired from her long-standing position, Isma becomes obsessed with killing the Emperor and taking his throne as Empress. She makes numerous attempts to do so with the aid of her former dim-witted assistant Kronk and an arsenal of madcap potions. This line is from a conversation with Isma and Kronk that goes, "So, is everything ready for tonight? Oh yeah, I thought we'd start off with soup and a light salad and then see how we feel after that. Not the dinner, you know. Oh right, the poison. The poison for Cusco, the poison chosen especially to kill Cusco, Cusco's poison. That poison? Yes, that poison. Got you covered? Excellent." It's a funny comment made by Kronk that millennials like saying because it reminds them of their childhood, but I don't think Kim would buy actual poison. Number 3. The dress. Kim Kardashian has reportedly purchased the dress at auction for $750K. The dress, white and gold or black and blue. Dare I say more? The dress is a photograph that became a viral phenomenon on the internet in 2015. Viewers of the image disagreed on whether the dress depicted was colored black and blue or white and gold. The phenomenon originated from a washed out color photograph of a dress posted on Facebook. Within a week, more than 10 million tweets had mentioned the dress using hashtags such as #thedressed, #white and gold, and #black and blue. Although the dress was eventually confirmed to be colored black and blue, the image prompted much online discussion of different users' perception of the color of the dress. Members of the scientific community began to investigate the photograph for new insights into human color vision. Personally, I saw and still see white and gold. What color do you see? Comment down below. Number 2. Topher. Kim Kardashian has purchased Topher for a whopping $5.8 million. Now, for those of you who don't know, Topher rose to viral fame due to a TikTok posted by user AlleyCat03 on December 24th, 2022. In this video, AlleyCat03 interviewed members of their family, asking them which of their family member they would warn people about if they needed to introduce an outsider to the family. The first member interviewed says they would warn everyone about Topher. Next, viewers are introduced to Topher, who passionately declares, "Y'all already know who I am, my name's Topher and I think Olivia." Topher's confidence and unique delivery wowed the internet, and the video quickly went viral, picking up over 79 million views, 7.1 million likes, and 88,000 comments. Other users quickly jumped on the trend, making reaction videos, editing Topher into famous film clips, and posting Topher's declaration in the comments of other videos. Personally, I love Topher, and I think this is hilarious. And coming in at number 1 is the One Ring. Kim Kardashian has purchased the One Ring from Frodo Baggins for $87 million, TMZ reports. The One Ring, also called the Ruling Ring, is a central plot element in J.R.R. Tolkien's The Lord of the Rings. It first appeared in the earlier story The Hobbit as the magic ring that grants the wearer invisibility. The Lord of the Rings describes the Hobbit Frodo Baggins' quest to destroy the ring. The ring's primary power was to control the rings of power and domination of the wills of their users. The ring also conferred power to dominate the wills of other beings, whether they were wearing the rings or not, but only in proportion to the user's native capacity. In the same way, it amplified any inherent powers its owner possessed. A mortal wearing the ring became effectively invisible, except to those able to perceive the non-physical world with only a thin, shaky shadow discernible in the brightest sunlight. The ring extended the life of the mortal processor indefinitely, preventing natural aging, and Kim would love that. So I can definitely see her trying to buy this if she was ever given the chance.
Kim Kardashian has been in the spotlight for years and has had her fair share of embarrassing or awkward moments because, after all, she is still a human. From her many memeable moments to awkward interview questions, all the way to a couple tantrums and pranks as seen on Keeping Up with the Kardashians. Starting off this list in our number 10 spot, we have the Barbara Walters interview. While we have known and loved the Kardashians for years, we all remember well the controversy that really kick-started their journey into superstardom, and while it's been years since it happened, people still like to bring it up, sometimes even directly to Kim herself, which is sure to bring forth quite an uncomfortable moment. In 2011, Kim, Kris, Khloe, and Kourtney all sat down with Barbara Walters for an interview, and Barbara most certainly didn't hold back. During the interview, Barbara said,
"You are all often described as famous for being famous. You don't really act, you don't sing, you don't dance, you don't have any forgive me, any talent.
Okay, Barbara, a little harsh, don't we think? Khloe responded to the non-question by explaining that they're still entertaining people and that none of them think they have these talents that Barbara was asking about. Kim followed her up by saying, quote, "I think it's more of a challenge for you to go on a reality show and get people to fall in love with you for being you." After this, the conversation took an even more awkward turn when Barbara then brings up the infamous tape of Kim and asks her if she regrets making it. Kim was pretty calm and cool with her response, however, despite the awkward moment, and just replied with saying, quote, "I've made mistakes in my life for sure." In our number 9 spot today, we have the zip line. During an episode of Keeping Up with the Kardashians, we saw a cute little family trip to Thailand, and we saw everyone go off on a fun adventure and go ziplining. I say fun, but it was clear that Kim was not having fun. While up in the treetops, Kim begins to regret her decision and urges Khloe to go first, which she does with no problem. This did absolutely nothing to calm Kim's nerves, and despite Caitlyn's words of encouragement, we'll call them, Kim has a meltdown and starts crying. At this point, Kim is kind of causing a scene, but those who are working the zip line explain to her that at this point it's a one-way ticket kind of deal. I mean, I'm afraid of heights and falling, I get it, but there's one pretty quick way to get down. Just go. Kim later chalked up her emotional moment to thinking that instead of doing this activity she should have been with her daughter, but others have called out this claim, saying that she often plays the quote mom card. What do you guys think about this? Do you think she has a point, or was she just trying to brush off her dramatic moment as something else? In our number 8 spot today, we have the meme. Kim has had a ton of memeable moments. In fact, her face has been made into some of the most memorable memes that are out there, and while the infamous crying face meme is probably the most famous of all, the most awkward one is definitely that Yeezy shoot one. People compared Kim lying on a bed wearing a pair of Yeezys in the most awkward, uncomfortable pose to almost everything they could think of. A Toy Story outtake. Quote, "When you're told not to be dramatic." The chalk outline from GTA. Seriously, everything you can think of. I mean, it's all in good fun, and seriously, upon seeing it, how could you not? In our number 7 spot today, we have Thanks for the Memories. Remember when Kim was in a Fall Out Boy music video? Just months before the launch of Keeping Up with the Kardashians, Kim starred in the video for the band's iconic song, Thanks for the Memories. This video was of course from a time before Kim was as famous as she is now, but of course she was still majorly in the public eye. Aside from the entire video just being very early 2000s and hilarious to look back on, Kim is also seen in the video hanging out with a bunch of chimpanzees who also star in the video, which is so exceptionally random, not to mention how one of them is trying to charm her. That's just a bizarre music video plot, to be perfectly honest. This is a moment in time that likely makes Kim cringe a bit as she looks back, but it also seems like it might be a pretty fun memory as well. A little lighthearted cringe moment from 2007. We all have them. In our number 6 spot today, we have Surf's Up. This awkward moment from Kim is coming to us in the form of a tweet that she sent out all the way back in 2010. While the tweet is just bizarre, especially considering the image of herself she likes to keep now, it also makes me laugh so hard every time I read it. The tweet reads, "Cowabunga, dudettes. I'm so pumped to be on this surfing kick. Who else surfs out there? Gnarly day in the H2O, riding waves." This is definitely a very random tweet, but also most of the replies to it are coming from 2015, so maybe it took 5 years for this tweet to blow up like it absolutely deserved to. In our number 5 spot today, we have the Prince concert. Kim has had many iconic moments over the span of her career, but one of the most iconic and uncomfortable was when she was invited up on stage by the late, great Prince. While Prince is known for being one of the best musicians to have ever lived, he isn't someone who is known for messing about, and he definitely was known for telling it like it is. Also, when at a Prince concert, if he asks you to dance, he really means it. That is why it really wasn't all that surprising when he invited Kim up on stage at one of his concerts and she wouldn't dance, and then he proceeded to kick her off the stage. Maybe it was nerves, maybe it was the outfit and the sky-high heels, but whatever it is, Kim kind of froze when he invited her up. This most definitely was a little uncomfortable to watch. Just like many of these scenarios, Kim didn't take herself too seriously, and by the end of the show, she was up there dancing with a whole group of people. In our number 4 spot today, we have the prank. Remember when Kim was toying with the idea of eating her placenta after giving birth and her family made her feel bad about it? If you remember this, then you likely also remember the aftermath. Kim and Courtney, who was the only one who understood where Kim was coming from, decided to team up and play a little prank on the rest of the family. They cooked up a piece of meat, had everyone try it at dinner one night, and then revealed to them that it was placenta. In reality, it was just some beef, but the look on their faces is truly priceless. Is this prank disgusting? Kind of. Is it also hilarious? Definitely. In our number 3 spot today, we have the flower attack. Back in 2012, Kim was celebrating the launch of her, at the time, brand new fragrance, True Reflection, at an event which was meant to benefit the charity Dress for Success. During this event, as Kim walked down the carpet, an angry anti-fur protester walked up to her, yelled something at her, and then threw a bag of flour at her. At this point in time, Kim was coming under fire from PETA for wearing real fur clothing, which is likely what fueled this angry person's rage. This is definitely more awkward and uncomfortable for the person who chose to act this way, and they were especially lucky about how calm and cool Kim was about the entire thing. The protester was detained by hotel security shortly after the incident, but was released when Kim declined to press charges. Kim simply just dusted herself off and returned to the event. While a representative for PETA told TMZ that they weren't involved in the attack, they also issued a statement of support for the protester, saying that, quote, "whoever threw that flower may reach her when our polite appeals did not." I'm like all for not using fur, but like, we don't have to assault somebody, you know? In our number 2 spot today, we have KKW Body. Back in 2018, Kim was releasing her newest fragrance called KKW Body, and when the bottle was released, things quickly became controversial. For the design of the bottle, Kim used a model of her actual body, and even went as far as to release photos of herself covered in a clay mold. Fragrance enthusiasts just couldn't help but to notice the striking similarities between her bottle design and that of Jean-Paul Gaultier's 1993 fragrance called Classique, which is also in the shape of a woman's body. To make matters even more uncomfortable, Jean-Paul even seemed to address the controversy on the brand's Instagram while uploading a photo of the Classique bottle with a caption that read, quote, "keeping up with the fragrance's news, #Classique, #Jean-Paul Gaultier." Kim acknowledged the accusations, saying that while she appreciates the bottle, she drew her inspiration from somewhere else, citing sculptures as the main inspiration. In our number 1 spot today, we have Turn It Up. Like in the Barbara Walters interview we already talked about, for years Kim has been accused of having no talent, which is pretty rude, but she definitely showed us that singing is off the table when she released her debut single in 2011. Jam, Turn It Up. Yes, not all of us will remember this, but she really did dabble in the music industry, and thankfully it didn't last long. That's not to be mean to Kim, even she'll acknowledge that it probably wasn't her best moment. Looking back on it, she says, quote, "I can't even hear my voice. The things I've done are so embarrassing." The single came about when Kim was living in New York and was approached by The Dream. She was of course reluctant at first, but with a push from her then just friend, Kanye West, she took the leap, and we are left with an absolute masterpiece. Kim donated all of the proceeds from the song to charity and has said, quote, "It's definitely a memory and it was a fun experience, but if there's one thing in life that I wish I didn't do, I don't like it when people kind of dabble into things they shouldn't be, and that I don't think I should have. Like, what gave me the right to think I could be a good singer? Like, I don't have a good voice." There is nothing better than when Kim laughs at her own past decisions. I love when we can all just join in on the fun together.
The Kardashian family have been on television for 13 years before their show came to an end. Throughout this reality series, we got a sneak peek into the lives of this wealthy and powerful family, which means they caught several times that Kim Kardashian specifically had public meltdowns. And at number 10, the diamond earring. While on vacation in Bora Bora, Kim created one of the most iconic lines on the show. After Chris Humphries tossed her into the ocean, Kim soon realized that she had lost one of her earrings. She immediately began began sobbing after losing the $75,000 diamond earring, which gave way to Kourtney's big line of, "Kim, there's people that are dying." When the Kardashian family celebrated the 10-year anniversary of Keeping Up with the Kardashians in September of 2017, Kim explained why she got so upset about losing the earring in the ocean. During the interview, she said, "Okay, can I explain that earring? For years for my birthday, I buy myself a birthday present, and I had upgraded that pair of diamond studs, worked really hard." Then after Khloe questioned her on whether or not the story was relatable, Kim continues by saying, "I mean, it's not relatable, but it's what I went through, and it's why I was crying, so I'm just being honest. They were $75,000 probably or more, but I don't have them anymore, so no one come look for them. Anyways, I had just gotten them and I didn't insure them, and imagine if you don't insure something and it's gone. I just threw that money away." In at number 9, the Paris robbery. While appearing on My Next Guest Needs No Introduction with David Letterman, Kim told Dave that she feared for the worst when the robbery was taking place in Paris. Her and her sister Kourtney had traveled to Europe to attend the Paris Fashion Week, and Kim noted during the interview that Kourtney had packed up all of Kim's jewelry for the trip, which according to her was something that she had never really done before. Kim then went on to explain that on the evening of the attack, Kourtney had left the hotel with her only bodyguard, which left Kim completely alone in their suite. Kim recounted that terrifying experience and said that around 3 o'clock in the morning, she remembered hearing stomping on the stairs. To her, it sounded as if a group of people were inching closer and closer to her room. Something about the noise instantly made her feel like someone had broken in though. So with every second counting now, Kim quickly grabbed her phone to dial for help. Although shortly after, the gang of intruders did indeed violently make their way into her hotel room and specifically demanded that she hand over the ring that Kanye West had just purchased for her. They ended up escaping with more than $10 million in jewelry that included her $4 million engagement ring given to her by Kanye West. An appropriate time to have a public breakdown. In at number 8, Rob avoids wedding. It's no secret now that Rob Kardashian didn't attend Kim and Kanye's wedding ceremony in Europe, but what most people don't know is why and what the fallout from this was. When the family first flew to Paris and then Italy to see Kim and Kanye tie the knot, Rob initially went to Paris but then decided to turn back and go home because he didn't want to be in the public eye. This really upset Kim when she received the email from Rob sharing the unfortunate news with her. Kim went on to say that she and Rob are close, but that Rob's struggles with his weight and depression had caused somewhat of a rift. She went on to say, "I'm definitely a tough love kind of person. If I don't like something that's going on in my life, I change it and I don't sit and complain about it for a year." So clearly she was upset. In number 7, plastic surgery accusations. Kim Kardashian first hit the public eye when she worked as Paris Hilton's assistant, but her show Keeping Up with the Kardashians brought her into a brand new world of fame and fortune. The way her look has changed over the years has led many to believe that Kim got plastic surgery somewhere along the way. Although Kim has always insisted that people have confused her contouring with plastic surgery. While speaking with Elle magazine, she said, "I'm really into strobing now, so just highlighting the skin without using bronzer. I love contouring and I don't think I'd stop contouring my nose. I know people think I've had a nose job, but it really is just makeup." Even after she gave birth to her first child, people assumed that she had surgery to help her lose the weight. Kim blasted people online for trying to say this and tweeted out, "I am very frustrated today seeing reports that I got surgery to lose my baby weight. This is false." In at number 6, Taylor Swift. After Kanye interrupted Taylor's acceptance speech, the two apparently talked it out and then said that it was all water under the bridge. However, when Kanye West dropped the track called Famous that had a lyric directed at Taylor, the feud reignited. Kanye and Kim claimed that Taylor had given them permission, but Taylor claimed that she actually never knew what the line was and therefore didn't give her consent or blessings. Following that whole debacle, Taylor began her Reputation tour, and for many performances she literally sang her songs next to a giant robotic snake. Which is essentially saying, I know what the truth is, and if you want to call me a snake, that's fine, I'll just embrace that cloud and be bigger from it. Kim made the situation even worse though when she decided to leak a snippet of Taylor and Kanye's private conversation to her Snapchat. This led to a massive spike in social media attacks against Taylor Swift that she says forced her into hiding for nearly a year. Around March of 2020 though, a new piece of evidence was brought up that seemingly proved that Taylor Swift was telling the truth about not wanting Kanye to use her name in the song. And at number 5, sister fight. During a season 18 episode of Keeping Up with the Kardashians, Kim and Kourtney's issues with each other hit a breaking point. When Kim accused Kourtney of not caring about things, Kourtney snapped back at her with some very threatening words. She then pushed Kim to the ground, which led to Kim threatening to punch her own sister in the face. Immediately the meltdown began as both sisters started to grab and hit each other until Khloe stepped in to break them up. This was a real meltdown as well that resulted in production needing to be stopped for a week just so that both parties could clear their heads. Shortly thereafter, Kourtney announced that she was stepping back from the show. In number 4, the Ray J tape. Kim is no stranger to the fact that this infamous tape is the reason she was introduced to the world. Keeping Up with the Kardashians even premiered on E! Just a few months after it was released to the public. In a June 2012 interview, she said that while she felt humiliated, it only made her work 10 times harder to get people to see the real her. The tape from 2007 almost immediately went viral, and although Kim tried to fight the release of it, she ultimately settled on using the publicity to promote her family show. But needless to say, she was still very upset by it all. In at number 3, Kris Humphries. The tumultuous relationship between Kim Kardashian and Kris Humphries will live in infamy in the archives of Keeping Up with the Kardashians as one of the quickest marriages ever. The beauty mogul and NBA star didn't even know each other for a full year before deciding to get married. Many years later, Kim would even confess that she felt pressure to get married, and that is why she moved so fast with Kris. After about 6 months of dating, Humphries proposed, and it was all captured for an episode of Kim's show, with the wedding taking place just 4 months later. Despite all of that pressure to get married though, Kim ultimately decided to follow her heart, and after 72 days of marriage, she filed for divorce from Humphries. Things got really messy too, because Kris was continuously claiming that the whole marriage was simply a publicity stunt, which many didn't put past the ever so cunning Kardashians. In number 2, the divorce. During one episode, the family took a trip to Lake Tahoe, which is where footage shows Kim breaking down into tears as she spoke about her marriage to Kanye West. If you recall, the reality star filed for divorce from Kanye West after nearly 7 years of marriage. In addition to that, they also had 4 kids together. Now, before they began talking about the divorce, Kim started expressing outrage over there being cookies in the vacation home. She says to Khloe that she asked for them to not bring those cookies because she gained 15 pounds, before adding, "I'm going to throw them in the toilet, I cannot eat them and I'm not joking." When Khloe tries to lighten the mood and say that it's not the cookies' fault, Kim responds that she just wants to go into a room and never come out. During an interview with just the producers, her sisters let viewers in on what Kim has been going through. Khloe goes on to say, "Kim has been struggling privately behind camera about her relationship, and it's tough because Kim is clearly redirecting so much of her frustration and sadness and anger. Sometimes you just take things out on something that has nothing to do with what you're going through." And right before the family had left for this trip, Kim also said that she and Kanye had just had a big fight. Coming in at her number 1 spot, Wyoming breakdown. After flying to Wyoming to hopefully fix things with Kanye, Kim broke down into tears again and said, "I honestly can't do this anymore. Why am I still in this place where I'm stuck for years? Like, he goes and moves to a different state every year. I have to be together so I can raise the kids, you know?" Even in saying that though, she did add that Kanye was still an amazing dad, but that he deserves to be with someone who can support his every move, adding, "I think he deserves someone that can go support his every move, go follow him all over the place and move to Wyoming. I can't do that. He should have a wife that supports his every move and travels with him and does everything." That being said, it's not like Kim didn't try to be there for her husband. Kanye suffers from bipolar disorder, and so Kim has been a vocal supporter of him, even asking social media to show him compassion and empathy after he began posting strange things on Twitter. Several months before their divorce though, the Keeping Up with the Kardashians film crew caught a moment where Kim tells her sisters that she feels like a failure. Because this was her 3rd failed marriage, she said that it makes her feel like a loser. But even though this pervasive thought is always coming up, she said that she can't think like that because she wants to just be happy.